I have no opener. Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche Podcast, live from the Toyota Lounge, powered by your Front Range Toyota dealerships and presented by Bet365. We've got Bailey, we've got AJ, we've got Rudo coming to you live on an Avalanche off day. We're going to have the generational talent debate. I don't know if this is more semantics than anything else, but we talked about it briefly on a show the other day. I wanted to dive a little bit more into this and actually get into who the generational talents actually are or have been or will be or whatever we get into there. We do have a good amount of news to get to before we do that, though. Starting with the fact that Joel Kiviranta is back and good to go, expected to jump into the Avalanche lineup tomorrow against the San Jose Sharks. The question I want to ask you is this an upgrade? Obviously, it's an upgrade over some of the call-ups the Avs have been using, but can Joel Kiviranta earn his job back in this stint?
He's got a lot of climbing to do, I think, given what some of his competition has shown in the last couple weeks. It is very steep competition, and if I'm going to be completely honest, I wasn't thrilled with everything that I saw from him in the few games that he's played so far this season. So there needs to be a significant amount of climbing, a significant amount of improvement for me to start to have that conversation, be like, this is, yes, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I disagree in that he's got that like veteran-y trust that every head coach just like loves.
Fair.
So with that, I think that he just has to be fine. It's really doing him a huge favor that Gavin Brindley is also out of the lineup right now, because I think that would be a big problem.
Yeah.
I guess that's my argument, is that like that he's got a stint to do it. Like if he's gonna earn that spot back, like this is the best opportunity he could have run into.
Yeah.
And it's timing wise, it's also they have so many games coming up in the next few weeks that before Brindley comes back, he's got like 10, 12 games in just the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He'll get some runway for sure.
That's a huge runway for him. Yeah.
Yeah. If I had to make the decision today, Brindley's definitely getting that job over him if it were me. I will say it does seem like Brindley had earned some of that trust from Jared Bednar in a way that we haven't seen many younger players do. So maybe that is a path back into the lineup for Brindley when he is healthy. But certainly as it stands, sounds like LOC is still a little bit of a ways off too, along with Brindley. So it is going to be Kiviranta for the foreseeable future until some of these guys do get healthy. At this point, if you watched the Avs last year, you should understand who Kiviranta is and what he's going to bring. The offense, maybe expectations should be relatively low despite what he did last season, but he'll give you a quality defensive bottom line forward. So we know what to expect there.
Raises the floor.
Yep. Good way to put it. The other news. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Also, like the other part of this is that he should put Parker Kelly back on the fourth line. And that's not to say that Kiviranta is like a third line guy that you really trust, but Parker Kelly sure isn't.
Yeah.
So, and we've seen some actual chemistry between Kelly and Bardakov. So with that in mind, I think that that's a really important, like, you want to try and have your bottom six be a functional unit. And Kelly, Drury, and Olofsson has been god-awful together.
Yep.
They're not going to be any good. They're never going to be good together for any sustained period of time. That's not a well-built line. That is Island of Misfits toys. So
I don't know that Kivi really solves that line for you, but it can't be worse. So
yeah,
and it's unfortunate too because I love a lot of what Parker Kelly brings.
Yeah,
too. Like it's really, really unfortunate, but like the chemistry on the fourth line versus the third line is a vast improvement.
Yeah,
in any right for me.
Hey, I mean, that line just desperately needs more play driving, and none of those dudes that you're talking about, whether it's Kelly, Kivi, Ranta, or whoever else trying to move up, it's hard to get any play driving out of that.
Yeah.
So, is what it is. Don't overthink it. It is Kivi is the guy for the immediate future, though. The other bit of news that we were circling on our Discord here for the past couple of days, the Vancouver Canucks are officially open for business, I think was the terminology. Looking at that lineup, they say that, but you look at a bunch of dudes with no trade clauses, no move clauses, some anchors of contracts. Is there really anyone that the Avs should be giving them a ring about?
I'm not going to get into the Evander Kane thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a conversation there. If the character checks all were okay, which who knows. But the one guy that immediately, I guess there are two guys that immediately jumped out to me. One of them I would be really surprised if they moved. Marcus Pettersson. They just traded a first-round pick for him last year. They got him. He's really good. Frankly, that should be a Sam Girard swap. The question of how does that help Vancouver? Doesn't.
No.
It's not my problem.
Just make the smallest defense of all time. It's fine.
But like my selling job would be, well, he helps you pivot when you have to trade Quinn Hughes in the next year. So anyway, Marcus Pettersson, whatever that deal looks like, Marcus Pettersson could be a really good defensive anchor. And you could even have a genuine conversation about putting him next to Cale Makar and dropping Devon Taves down to your second pairing. Not every day, but it gives you a little bit of a different look. Devon Taves has had another slow start to the year, so it gives you options, and it makes the left side of your defense stronger. As I wrote about in a lengthy piece today, the idea of keeping Josh Manson on the left side isn't the worst, but there are reasons for that, and you should go read about it. So I would say Marcus Pettersson would be like my tip top, but the other one, Rudo, I know that you disagree with this, but I'm still in the market for a fourth line center, and I love Teddy Bluger. So that's really all it is I just really like a Teddy Bluger. The idea of adding him together would be intriguing to me, and it should not be very expensive.
Kiefer Sherwood.
No, I'm not. Frankly, I'm not stepping.
I'm not bought into
line.
that yet.
I know a lot of people love him. I'm having a hard time figuring out where he would go in the lineup.
Yeah, it does not fit the Avs.
And like he's shooting 28%, so a lot of what he's done to start this year is a little miragey, but he had 19 goals, I think, last year. So it's like he might slow down, but it's fair to expect him to continue to be productive somewhere. They want at least a second round pick. And
no, thank you.
And that's where I'm like, the cost versus what you're getting. I'm not sold on it, frankly. And that's where I'm like, hey, Teddy Bluger fills an actual need for you as a 4C, and a Marcus Pettersson would fill a need for you on the left side of the defense, though that would be an expensive deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Pettersson thing is definitely more interesting to me than the Bluger thing. I I think there's a world where in February the Avs might be interested in a 4C type in their center core, or just depending on where they're at. I think it's pretty hard for the Avs to say, hey, we're going to go out and get more forwards today.
I would agree with you there. I don't feel the need to do this right now. He's on my radar. He's not even healthy. So he's on my radar for one, when he comes back, but two, as we get to the deadline. When we start to get into like game like 45, we can start having a serious conversation about it. But those are the two guys that I immediately was like, oh, hello. But
interesting.
All the others, like, I don't know why anybody would. I don't know why they'd be interested in it, but like, I'd have a conversation about Jake DeBrusk, like, not tongue in cheek. I would have that conversation, but I would be hard pressed there. And again, you run into where does he fit? How does he slot into your lineup? How does he help you?
It's very much a, hey, do you want to give us this guy for free? Like,
yeah.
Well, and like
a bag of peanuts situation.
Yeah.
Like several years left on his contracts. Like he's 29 already. Like there's a lot of considerations there, but DeBrusk plays the kind of game that the Avalanche are always kind of looking for a little extra. And it's like injury insurance. Like Victor Olofsson becomes like your kind of injury insurance for your skill guys in that point. So
DeBrusk is like, Gabe Landeskog falls off the cliff insurance, right? Like,
yeah, well, in the price, like money in there has to be some money in, money out.
Of course,
like, that's a lot harder to make work. Like Teddy Bluger, $1.8 million. Like they would need to retain some of that. This other stuff like Marcus Patterson, it would pretty much have to be a Sam Girard deal in order for that to make any sense for either side. So that's that's where I'm at on that. There's some intriguing guys there, but I'm not looking at that whole roster going, oh yeah, here you go. Like maybe you could dream on Elias Pettersson as your 2C if Brock Nelson
made half the amount of money that he currently made.
Yeah, like that's I really, again, I don't know how you could make that work, but you know.
Yep.
Get creative, get aggressive.
Vancouver might be having a fire sale, but we're having a great sale too coming up for Black Friday. Or if you become a diehard, you can get early access right now. 30% off everything in the ALLCITY Network store, and some stuff is up to 90% off. So go get yourself some new shirts for Black Friday. Like I said, diehards get early access. This is happening right now if you're a diehard. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait. Also, many other great reasons to become a diehard. AJ just mentioned his piece that just went out. Go read that. Bailey just dropped a goalie piece a couple of days ago that you're going to want to go read too. So, yeah, come support us. Come get yourself some great discounts on shirts and do all the good stuff. Yeah, Black Friday is awesome. We have cool clothes. Also, if for some reason you're not an Avs fan but are a fan of one of the other markets, this sale is going on in all of our markets. So you can go get a PHLY shirt or something. I can't imagine we have too many fans that are rooting for DLLS in our chat right now. So I don't know if you want to do that, but you know, if they're hate watching,
more power to you.
Yeah, if they're hate watching, they can get in on it. Go check all of that stuff out. We do need to take our first actual break of the show, though. So let's shout out our sponsors. Toyota is the official vehicle of DNVR and the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche. Whatever type of vehicle you're looking for, Toyota has something for you, whether it be the trucks that have been in their DNA for generations, SUVs, sedans, and everything in between. You can get yourself into a Toyota with 17 different models with all-wheel or four-wheel drive to choose from to make sure you are staying safe on the roads. Or if you like off-roading, they can take care of that for you too. You can get into cars like the iconic Land Cruiser or the 2025 Tacoma. Tons of other options too, including 16 vehicles that are hybrids, which make sure you save a little bit of money on your daily commute. Whatever you might be doing, Toyota has a vehicle that you're going to want to get in. So visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you, including AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, again, the official vehicle of DNVR and the Colorado Avalanche. Toyota, let's go places. And if you're trying to save up to get yourself into a new car, that's where Monarch comes into play. You're going to want to get in with Monarch because they are essentially a financial command center where you can see all of your options, whether it be your accounts, your investments, where you're spending, and everything in between. Don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Jump in with Monarch today. They're one of the best finance apps out there, named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal. Forbes also named it the best app for couples. Finances are important. It'll show you exactly where you're spending your money and how you can change things up, whether you want to save or maybe you just want to know where your money is at. Monarch has you covered from every single angle. It gives your partner full access to your shared dashboard too, including linked accounts, budgets, goals, and spending activity all in one place at no extra cost. So don't let those financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code DNVR at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code DNVR. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche Podcast. Pierre LeBrun, I'm so good at saying people's names wrong. Interviewed Chris MacFarland the other day. Pretty interesting read. Go read our stuff first, but still a pretty interesting read. You have perennial GM of the Year award winner Jim Nill ranting and raving about such a good job that Chris MacFarland has done with this Avalanche team. At what point does Chris MacFarland actually get credit and get the GM of the Year award for all of the moves he makes?
I feel like with the quick turnaround that everybody's kind of had with him, given it like last 2 years, I feel like it was really why is he firing everything into the sun, worst GM in the world? And now it's like this guy's the best. Look at the wagon that we are. I don't understand how that's not in the conversation.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, I think it's really important context here to remember that GM of the Year is voted on after the second round of the playoffs. So it's always the guys that get into the Final Four.
Yeah.
Maybe like a random, like, wow, I can't believe that team was this good this year kind of entrant. So it's that. If the Avs make the conference final, I think he probably wins it.
He gets a lot of credit for his moves from last year going into this year, right? Obviously, the bringing back of Brock Nelson, but some of these other moves that he made, Nate just and Drury looking so effective from that Mikko Rantanen deal, and Nate just now locked up, getting the two goaltenders who are, if you watched my last review, currently the best goalie tandem in the NHL as it currently stands. I know it's the GM of the Year award, but it does feel like a lot of those pieces have fallen into place this season, at least to start this year.
Yeah, but that's you look at like Jim Nill won the award for last year, and it was like his biggest additions were Granlund, CC, and then I guess at the deadline, obviously Mikko happened.
Yeah,
but like otherwise, kind of just hung over the off season. And I think that if the Avalanche, again, if they get into a conference final and let's just say they win a President's Trophy or they're a top seed out west, who else are you going to give it to?
Well, I think if they don't make a conference final, there will be a significant portion of the Avsosphere that will be back to calling for Chris MacFarland's head. So,
yeah.
It's an ever swinging pendulum, unfortunately.
Yep. It never stops on that front. But did think it was interesting, obviously, MacFarland talking about some of those angles, getting the goaltenders locked up, knowing that the big Cale Makar deal is on the horizon. So the NHL GM's job is never done, I guess. I'll put it to you that way. There's always a next deal to be working on.
Yeah, I do also think that we have almost taken it for granted. The way that the goaltending thing has worked out. They don't often, like mid-season goalie moves don't often work very well, like historically speaking. They worked pretty well last year. They're working wonderfully this year. But it just the balls that it took to do what he did, I think is a really underrated part of the story, because it's really easy to go with the devil that you do know and compare that to Edmonton. Compare that to Vegas, insisting that Aiden Hill is the guy, and moving Logan Thompson, who immediately and predictably ended up being good in Washington. Like, it's really, really hard to convince a GM that the thing he needs to do is to move out all of his guys and bring in new guys. Yep. And Chris McFarland was like, and it's easy to look at and say, well, they were so bad. Okay. GMs don't like to do things. They don't like to make those kinds of changes.
Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, the Oilers are obviously the easy, like, slam dunk example of this, where it's like, oh, Calvin Pickard, who this is the bulk of his NHL career at this point.
Yep.
And Stuart Skinner, who, like, has had some decent flashes and he's had some really hot streaks, but inevitably folds like the French. Just give him enough time. It folds like the French. And that, I just we're not out here trying to pretend like we're like this is new territory, but it took balls to do what Chris McFarland did. And it's
a step out of the norm.
Working.
Like, it's
easily.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing is it is really, really easy to stick with what you know. It is really easy to be like, some of that confidence is lost, but no, it'll build back there. Avalanche made history with a trade like that. Yep. This is something that really took something needs to change. We are not happy, and we need to do something about it. And seeing how it worked out for them, it's easy to look back and be like, that's, of course they made that move, but how many times, again, we talk about the Edmonton Oilers, how many times have people just kind of sat pretty on things like that, saying, oh, it'll work itself out eventually?
Nope.
Yeah, you see GM interviews where they're like, I don't feel like I need to do anything. Look at Barry Trotz yesterday, today.
Yeah.
Talking to Greg Wyshynski about it, where he's like, look, the ownership might feel pressure because they want to win, and the fans might try to be given them. I don't feel anything. And you're just like, okay, man, you're right.
You're the worst team in the NHL. Like, pop off, King. Yeah,
you
get paid the big bucks, but we don't, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, you're right, buddy. We're all dumb. So, you look at how aggressive he's been. Yeah, the 2C thing has been a problem, but how long has he sat on one guy and been like Ryan Johansson? It was 40 games, and then it was like, this is not working. Okay, Casey Middlestat rolls in. All right, Casey Middlestat gets here, and he has a good end of the season. He has a really good start to the year, and then completely falls apart and stops being a functional NHL player. And he's gone. Like, he understands. This is maybe my favorite thing about Chris McFarland as general manager, is that he understands the moment that he's in with the high end guys that he has, and with some of the guys already on the wrong side of 30. And he's just said, I'm not afraid of this moment. I'm going to try and make the absolute most of it. I will probably never have this opportunity again as a general manager. I will never have guys in their prime who are this good leading my team. Yep. I have to get this right. And instead of sitting around going, oh, give me 3 years to get it right. Every year is its own battle, its own appreciation. He's kept at it where he's gotten it wrong. And I have a great appreciation for that.
And not just that, too. I mean, talking about high-end guys who are in their prime, I mean, we talk a lot about Jared Bednar and his stubbornness, too, but the amount of respect from the front office to the guy leading the group and the amount of vision that they both have together, the communication, that I feel like plays a lot into that. Bednar's got CMac's respect and the other way around, and it makes opportunities to do things like this so much more flawless when you know, like, oh yeah, I've got the backing of my general manager. Like, if I say this needs to change, like, let's look at it. I feel like that's been very, very seamless with this organization.
I know it's cheating to just chop off the bad parts when you look at anyone, but you look at someone like Jared Bednar and you understand the context of that first year in 16-17, where it is absolutely everything goes wrong. He comes in with 6 weeks to go till the start of the season, and they have one of the worst years on record. But since then, from 2017-2018 season onward, Jared Bednar has the best record of any coach in the NHL. So, pretty good.
That seems like a guy who maybe should stick around for a little bit. Maybe knows what he's doing with his group a little bit.
You are muted, AJ.
You do chop off the first year of it, though, because it's obviously the outlier. There was obviously a lot going on. When he got hired, he didn't, like, everything was a disaster that year, and the entire organization just kind of called an audible on it and just said,
throw this one
we'll
in the
throw
bin.
it in the trash. Yeah, we'll throw it in the trash. We'll try again. And again, so much respect for Joe Sakic for doing that, because it would have been completely justifiable to go, that guy just lost us 60 games.
Yep.
I don't need to see more.
Yep.
And they ran it back. Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen became superstars. Cale Makar came from that draft year, so it all worked.
Dubs all around. A couple of guys I want to talk about there, but we do need to hit our second break of the show first, and then we'll get into generational. Fire on the Mountain is Denver's favorite local wing joint. If you like chicken wings the way I do, you've seen me eat them all the way down to the bone. You're going to want to get to Fire on the Mountain. They have 15 super flavorful made-from-scratch sauces, from mild, which is my speed, all the way up to insanely hot, and all of the options between that. Go get to Fire on the Mountain for incredible craft beer lists and killer cocktails, too. If you like wings at all, they are the best wings in Denver. It's a great place to catch the game, too. You can get with friends, do what you want. Monthly specials, from food specials to sauce and dry rub of the month, and a featured monthly cocktail. They even have $5 pints on Mondays, all-day happy hour on Tuesdays, and they now offer delivery from their Wash Park store. So make sure you're getting over to Fire on the Mountain. They're an official green restaurant. They even have vegan options if that's what you want. Awesome patios to eat outside when it's warm enough, too. Try the best wings in Denver at DNVR Broncos tailgates. Fire on the Mountain is there, too. So visit their spots in Highlands and Watch Park and get yourself Fire on the Mountain. And if you're looking to spice up your sports watching, you can also get with Bet365, our official partner of the Colorado Avalanche. You can jump in with them as our presenting sponsor. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Put $10 in your account. Bet $5 on anything. Win or lose. You can lose the bet. You'll still get $150 in bonus bets in your account to play with. That's like free money. If you hit those bets, now it's real money in your account. If you missed those bets, well, it was free money anyway. So jump in. Bunch of different offers, too. In the NHL, they do an early payout offer. If the team you bet to win gets up by 3 goals, you get paid out immediately. They have a bunch of boosted parlays. If you're feeling the vibe, you can jump in with those. You can follow my pregame bets, whatever it might be with Bet365. They give you a ton of options. So make sure you use that DNVR365 code. Get in with that $5 bet and get $150 in bonus bets. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Of course, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. And if you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche Podcast. I'd love to get into our title question directly here, but I think to do that, we have to zoom out a little bit. Can we qualify and quantify what is a generational player in the NHL?
I feel like generational is something that doesn't grow on trees. Like, this is a guy who comes around once every generation, once every blue moon, and completely shows up and shows out the rest of the competition. That's, I mean, the basic boilerplate definition for me. What gets a little hard for me is quantifying it.
Yeah.
Because we get down to all of the really good players that we've seen over the years. Connor McDavid, Nathan MacKinnon. Defensively, you've got a Quinn Hughes, you've got a Cale Makar. Like that's where it becomes a bigger conversation for me, and saying like, okay, how many can there be at one time? Is that possible? And I still struggle with that a lot.
Yeah, that's tough. I tend not to think that Nathan MacKinnon is generational, even though he's clearly going to be in the Hall of Fame and he will be one of the 5 best forwards of this generation. I'm thinking of generational as like the Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid types, you know? And it's crazy because I don't think MacKinnon is far off. I don't think Kucherov is far off. I think they're like right there in that gray area where it's like you could make a good argument for this. Leon Draisaitl, like those are it's like that, like if you slammed your fist, if we were arguing about this in a bar and you slam your fist on the table and you say that guy is generational, I'm going to be like, all right, I respect that.
Yeah.
You know, like
if
those
that's
guys,
the hill you want to die on, like, okay,
totally.
Like, I'm not sitting here like there's a valid argument for it.
Yeah, I'm going to be more of a, I think generational is like the rarest of the rare. The guys that are doing things that we almost never see. Crosby, Ovechkin, McDavid, and then, yes, there is a generational on the Avs. I think it's Cale Makar. I think I don't know that there's been a generational defenseman since Nick Lidstrom retired. And I think there is now.
Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff I want to dig into there. But I want to start with, first of all, what qualifies as a generation? Like, it's super arbitrary of like where we draw the line of like, all right, this is the Crosby generation of the NHL, and then the next generation is McDavid, and is there a generation in between there? What is the generation before Crosby? At the end of the day, we're kind of just making up those lines in the sand to define generational players. So I think there's a little bit of arbitrary
it's blurry.
Yeah, sure. The other side of this,
sure.
well, so there are a couple of things I want to do here. First, how many generational players has there been in like modern NHL history? Like, okay, obviously Gretzky, right? No doubt there. Mario. Is the next one Crosby, or is there another one in there?
I mean, I think you would have to, like, Paul Coffey and Ray Bourque should probably be in that conversation. It's really hard with goaltenders.
Yeah.
Too. Like, that's such a hard, like Waugh, Brodeur, Hasek.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me that there were 3 generational goalies at the same time? That's tough, right? Like, that's
But like that's the whole argument here. Is like how.
Yeah. And with defensemen, I think it's clear cut for me that Lidstrom was the last like generational guy.
So we are willing to then divide up generational into by position.
I would say
yes.
So. Yes.
Yes. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that it's fair to just say that sometimes there just isn't one, or there's only one or two. I'm going to always lean towards there should only be like 1 or 2 at a time in a given position, if any. Is there a generational goaltender right now? Like Vasilevsky kind of was working towards it, right?
That's where I'm
where
like,
is he though?
A couple years ago, I would have said Vasilevsky, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now?
Right. Well, and now it's like Connor Hellebuck's last couple of regular seasons are bonkers. Mm-hmm. But his playoffs have been bad, and his 2 great regular seasons, like, is that it? I guess it's 3. Is 3 great regular seasons like going to be enough for you to get there?
Not generational for me, no.
I'm with you. For me, the answer is no on there being a generational goaltender out there right now, and I don't know that there has been one for a while.
Yeah,
Like Lundqvist was great.
not
Franchise
generational.
goaltender. Somebody in the Toyota chat said there's a difference between franchise and generational. I think that is a great way to put it. Because franchise guys that you can build around, 100%.
Yep.
Generational, we're talking about the absolute like elite of the elite of the elite, and
like
it
this
kills
is
me
the
that I
bar.
don't. Right, like this is clear cut. This is the guy, and of that generation. And Gretzky and Lemieux pushed each other, right?
For sure.
Crosby and Ovechkin, Jesus, and Ovechkin pushed each other.
Yeah.
But right now, it's McDavid. Like, McKinnon's kind of missing out on... He's gone past the second round one time. He did not win the Conn Smythe. He was... Was he their second, third best player in that run? Because if you think back to that Cup run, Nathan MacKinnon was not, like, game in, game out dominant.
It was probably Cale, Mikko, then Mac third.
And, like, there's a conversation to be made about the order of those guys.
Yeah.
Like the importance of, and that's kind of my big, like, pockmark against MacKinnon, is that the postseason stuff has kind of been a little bit squirrely. And like, the numbers are amazing, right?
Yeah.
On the whole, the numbers are amazing, but when you break it down into pieces, it gets a little tougher. And with Ovechkin, it's like, I'm sorry, he has the most goals in NHL history. Stop.
Yeah.
He's the greatest goal scorer to ever live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think there's any argument there. Chet, I think the verb you're looking for, by the way, is Kalian. I'm going with Kalian.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not Makarzian. Kalian,
yeah.
100%.
No. All right. So a couple things we're establishing there. We're good with Crosby and Ovechkin both being generational.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the same generation. So we can establish that. Especially talking about MacKinnon, is there a world where MacKinnon can become generational? When it's all said and done, what does he have to do then to be considered a generational player?
Give me 3 or 4 more 100-point seasons in a row. He needs to at least one more Stanley Cup. He needs another Hart. It would really help if he won an Art Ross.
Yeah.
Frankly, he needs to win an Art Ross.
I would even make the argument in saying, like, more than one Hart is kind of like more than one.
If we're talking about generational, we're talking about like that next level of guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to put more hardware on the shelf. He's got plenty for like a first overall pick. It's not a bad career. He's definitely a franchise player, but we're going to talk about generational for what we're kind of outlining is that like the 0.01% of the 0.01% in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He needs more hardware. I need an Art Ross. I need a Rocket would be cool, but you have to give a Conn Smythe. Give me one Conn Smythe along the way. I need way more statistical dominance too. I need again 3 or 4 more 100-point seasons in a row. I don't care if you're hurt. Doesn't matter.
I think
give me 100 points in 60 games.
For me, like, again, he was one of the guys that I listed. Like, I don't know. I feel like you mentioned that, like, conversation of, like, banging your fist on the table. Like, that's almost kind of how I'm starting to feel very, very easily about a Nathan MacKinnon. But for me, too, like, he is a defining player. He's a guy who, like, he has defining qualities, like a Connor McDavid. And that's kind of, like, the foundation, right? Mm-hmm. Is you've set that. Like, this is the kind of player that a lot of other players in the league and kids growing up are like, I want to be as fast as this guy. I want to be able to do what this guy does on the ice. And he's already got a name to that, which I think makes that so much more easier. If you add that hardware, I feel like for me, that's just icing on the cake. Because like this guy's already got everything set up to do what we're sitting here saying, like, he needs more of this, and this. He knows how to do it.
Yeah.
He's shown that he can.
I think the hardware is an interesting conversation too, right? Because we have guys on this list, plenty of individual hardware, but Connor McDavid has yet to win a Stanley Cup. You look at someone like Ray Bourque, who did finally get that cup, but certainly wasn't the generational version of himself when he finally won the cup.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting. Yeah, I'm not saying those guys aren't generational, but it's interesting in a sport where so often it is fully credited to the point of we're trying to win the Stanley Cup. We do it as a team. This specifically, when you start talking about generational players, how much you dig down into those individual aspects of it. And I don't disagree. Certainly, I think, at least for a forward, I think you pretty much have to win a Conn Smythe to be considered generational.
Yeah. This is the Draisaitl problem.
Yeah.
Is Draisaitl ever going to be able to break through that ceiling? I don't think so. And it's hard to make an argument for MacKinnon over Draisaitl outside of the team accomplishment of MacKinnon won a cup and Draisaitl has yet to, despite he's a combined 3 losses or 3 wins from winning back-to-back Stanley Cups and being like, well, this is a tough conversation. So, yeah. I think that, like, that's why I think that Kucherov, Draisaitl, and MacKinnon are in that, like, just a shade below right now.
Sure.
Because they're all unbelievable. The numbers have been crazy. The hardware is crazy. But McDavid, why McDavid over all those guys? And it's basically because he has dominated the league since the moment he set foot in it.
Yep. Valid.
Can't deny that. But, maybe Nathan MacKinnon will be passing Joe Sakic for the franchise points leader in 4 years, and we'll be having a different conversation. It's not impossible.
No.
It brings me to the main guy I want to talk about here, though, in Cale Makar. And I know we've woven him in a little bit, but he kind of checks all the boxes we were just talking about, right? He's already a multiple Norris winner. He's already won a Conn Smythe. When you talk about cultural impact or whatever you want, go ask any kid playing defense in the country, and they're going to say Cale Makar's name as, like, I try to model myself after this.
Look at, I honestly, great example. Look at Sam Malinsky.
Yep.
You think Sam Malinsky's what, 2 years older than Cale Makar?
Yep.
And it took Cale Makar doing that Allen Iverson crossover at the shimmy shake at the blue line. And Malinsky went, oh, I think I could do that. And so he started doing the dollar store version of it. Now he's in the NHL. He's a good player. But, like, that's the Cale impact. The cultural impact of Cale Makar is significant. Because players are going to, it's no longer kids growing up and going, oh, I'm big. I'm 6'5", so now I'm on the blue line. It's like all the 5'11" highly skilled guys are going, I want to be Cale. I want to be the next Cale Makar. And you're seeing it in the draft. Tons of offensive defensemen because they have seen the impact of, and this is no shade here, Miro Heiskanen is a wonderful player.
Yep.
The top 5 defensemen in the world. Who drives the boat, though? Having the puck and being able to do special things with the puck every single game, it wins you games. It's just the ultimate feather in your cap. And the fact that Cale is like, oh, he's a good defenseman. I wouldn't say he's an elite defender in his own zone, but what he does with the puck is just not something that we've ever really seen in the modern era. Somebody bringing up Matthew Schaefer, a really, really good example. That guy's like, I want to be Cale Makar, and so he's kind of doing it. Lane Hudson is another one that you look at. Teams are going to be more willing to give these guys a look and long leashes and not try and coach it out of them, because look what happened to the Avs when Cale Makar showed up. I mean, the ultimate validation, Andy. Oh, how do you guys go from? How do you turn this franchise around? Draft a Cale Makar.
Yep. It's just that easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm comfortable establishing this generation's guys as McDavid and Makar, right? I think we're good there. We kind of already had the goalie debate. So my question to you next then would be, who's the next generational player? And I don't mean, look, the word generational gets thrown around at the draft almost every year way too much, way too easily. Do we actually think there is someone in this next generation that can be considered generational? The answer could be genuinely no, but do you think someone is on their way to being that guy for the Celebrini, Bedard? You already mentioned Schaefer and Hudson.
I'd like to see how a Gavin McKenna breaks into the league, too. I don't know. I'm mildly my interest is piqued.
He's not even been generational as a college hockey player, as like a high-end freshman yet. Like,
Well, he got generational wealth to be a freshman.
oh, that is a really fair point, sir. But I mean, like Gavin McKenna is awesome, and he's going to be a really good NHL player someday. But Mackinnon
That's what I'm
Celebrini
saying.
is
Like,
the
I'm interested.
man.
Yeah, Celebrini is probably my answer here, as long as you know he doesn't fall off a cliff, which he doesn't look like he's going to anytime soon.
I think I like Schaefer as my answer to this, but of course, I'm going to pick the defenseman. Anybody that's listened to this podcast for a long time knows I'm always picking the defenseman.
Yep. It's really hard to pick Matthew Schaefer right now.
Yeah.
Because Cale Makar is in his prime.
Yeah. Everybody's chasing that guy.
Right.
And like, oh, how long is it going to be till Matthew Schaefer wins a Norris Trophy? Well, it's going to be hard to do because
Cale's about to win
Cale
3, 4,
Makar,
and 5. Yeah.
Well, Cale Makar's been he's been a top 3 vote getter every year of his career except his rookie year.
Yep.
Like, and it might even be top 2. I don't remember. There was one year I thought he finished 3rd, but I'd have to double check. But like right now, he's on his way to a 3rd Norris Trophy, 2nd in a row.
Yep.
And I mean, is that guy going to slow down anytime soon? Probably not.
Don't look like it.
And if they win another Stanley Cup, there's a decent chance Cale Makar wins another Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that it's just going to be Nathan MacKinnon gets the Conn Smythe. Like, if Cale Makar wins another Conn Smythe, like, he puts himself in extremely rare territory.
Yeah.
Which, frankly, he's already in.
I don't even
with what he's already accomplished. But my gosh,
is there any defenseman that's won 2?
I honestly, I'd have to go back.
Yeah, same.
My, I don't know. You guys talk about something.
You go look it up. I did want to circle back, though, because we talked about Lidstrom. We talked about Bork. We're talking about Cale now. First of all, Cole in the chat is correct. Big E is a generational glue guy, 100%. Beyond that, though, railing for Chris Pronger as a potential generational guy, I think there are a couple of other names you could throw in. And I don't think they're generational necessarily, but could you make an argument for an Erik Karlsson?
No.
No? Just hard no?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Not enough of a splash for me.
Okay.
Only 6 players have ever won multiple Conn Smythes. Bobby Orr is the only one to have won multiple. He won 2.
Okay. So just Bobby Orr is all Cale Makar's trying to repeat there. Got it.
Who's like the guy he's kind of been like chasing down anyway.
Yeah.
So it would be pretty perfect. No offense, Nate. I think I kind of want this to happen now. So
Nate can just go and help the Avs win 2 Stanley Cups, so he has an opportunity.
What am I doing? Good. Nate can win it this year. Cale can win it next year. It's fine.
No,
Look,
if we've
socialism
learned
is here.
if we've learned anything about awards, they need to be stolen from Nathan MacKinnon twice so he can win it the third time. All right, so
There you go.
3 times a charm.
so Cale can steal it this year, and then the third cup, Mac can have it. All right, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take
There's something
it.
cool.
Yeah, I like cool stuff.
Watch this kid. I said this to AJ a couple days ago.
Holy!
Dude, jump the stick.
Yeah, look at this kid. Yeah.
Holy moly!
Also, the ISO cam on this kid rules.
That's
It's not great goaltending.
crazy. This is crazy work.
Isn't that cool? I was gonna say. So when you were like, "Who's the next generational talent?" I texted
That kid.
AJ. I was like, that kid right there."
I mean, it could be.
I learned from Sonny Milano. Don't get too excited about these kids. Give them time.
No. Put it in writing right now. It's that kid.
Yeah.
If Marty
I don't even know his
Natchez-
name. It's just that kid.
If Marty Nate just wins a Conn Smythe, the Avs are going 16-0 in those playoffs.
Yeah. Multiple hat tricks. Crazy between the legs goal.
Frankly, if Marty Natchez wins a Conn Smythe, there is so much crow to be eaten from everybody who like dogged that trade.
Yeah.
Not like where like we were like, hey, the Avs might do okay here, but like this hurts, but they might come out okay.
Yeah.
People
he
that
wins
were
a
like,
Conn
this
Smythe.
is the worst trade in history. This is the worst trade in franchise history. This is an embarrassment. This is grounds for firing immediately. Like, there's a whole lot of people that came out with both barrels that it's like, you are not allowed on the internet anymore.
We said so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Martin Netches is finally living up to like trying to prove every single thing everybody said wrong about him.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Well,
And being like, you guys said this now. I had one season to, like settle in. We got bounced first round. Get ready to see what I'm doing now. Kind of thing. Yeah.
I mean, what was his quote? I saw how we played at the start of this year, and I said, sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, if that's the mindset he's going into playoffs with, like, yes, obviously, I'd love the Conn Smythe to go to a Cale Makar, to a Nathan MacKinnon. If Martin Netches surprises everybody and steals it, like, I'm not mad.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Marty Natchez is a great example of what defines some of this generational player conversation. Because even if that happened, even if Marty Natchez has a 100-point season, pulls a Conn Smythe out of his butt, he's still not even in the ballpark of generational, right?
Yeah. No, he's not even in that gray area for me,
Right.
unfortunately, which is crazy to think about because I think on this team playing next to a Nathan MacKinnon, he's elevated himself to somewhat of a superstar talent. Like that, we've had multiple conversations about that. That gray area is not touchable for him right now unless he goes off and has, puts everybody to shame with career numbers.
If
And
he
then
scores 2
some the
points a
next
game for
couple
the
years.
rest of the season.
Yeah, but even then, he's got to do. That's one season.
Right,
One season doesn't
right.
define
Yeah,
a generational
exactly.
talent.
Exactly.
So.
This is the thing about a generational talent is that it needs to happen over a long period of time. Not even 5 years. A long period of time. It needs to be a decade. Like
Yeah.
you need to do it, man. And yeah, I'm cheating a little with Cale because I'm like he's already there, but so what? It's an Avalanche podcast. I love Cale Makar. Get away from me.
Watch the guy for more than 5 seconds, and I don't know how you don't
Right.
come away with that vibe.
Right.
Yeah, that's no brainer.
I don't want to hear from anybody in Vancouver. You guys have your own problems right now. You guys just stuff that in your pipe.
Anybody who
Keep it.
tries to tell me it's Quinn Hughes can sit back down.
Yeah.
It's not.
Quinn Hughes isn't allowed to be considered generational until he either A, starts playing the penalty kill, or B, starts playing opposing teams' top lines every single night. Because neither of those things are happening on a consistent basis over a long period of time right now. So, girl, get away from me.
I mean, I think this is part of the conversation that, yes, we established you can have more than one generational player at any given position. But to a certain extent, you have to outplay the other guys to be the generational player, right? So,
Yes.
Quinn Hughes has to go outplay Cale Makar for the next half decade at minimum if he wants to be considered a generational guy.
At the
I
moment,
feel
he's
like-
got Norris.
Yeah. I feel like for me too, if you're talking about outplaying, look back to the Colorado Edmonton game. Who was the only guy to get on the board for Edmonton?
Good question. Oh, yeah, it was Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
It was Connor McDavid.
I was like, I don't know, there were 10 goals scored. It was hard to keep track of everything that night.
But that's what I'm saying is like, if that's generational. Like that's the guy who you can expect to show up for you night in and night out. He's consistently performing. And if all of your other guys suck, this guy cannot.
Yeah.
Well, and like Connor McDavid has been in the league for 11 years, and he has 100-point seasons in 9 of them.
And one of them is only because of injury that he didn't happen.
Well, 2, because the 2 years he didn't was his rookie year. He had 48 points in 45 games, and then he had 97 points in 64 games.
So
as a 23-year-old,
every year he's been healthy.
Yeah, he's broken 100 points every single season, including the 56-game COVID season where he had 105 points. Like,
ridiculous.
Yeah, he has won so much hardware. And then you get to the postseason. He won a Conn Smythe. He had a 42-point stretch in the postseason in 25 playoff games.
Yep.
His postseason career has been unbelievably productive. The guy is he's the special of special, and that's why for me it's like this isn't even a conversation. It's Connor McDavid is a slam dunk generational talent. The same way I feel about Cale Makar. Slam dunk. Take it to the bank easy.
Mm-hmm.
When you win a Conn Smythe when your team loses, it basically counts as 2 in my head.
That's still unbelievable to me.
Just one last point on this Connor McDavid silliness. Not counting this year, so the first 10 years of his career. Not counting he has averaged across 10 years, 124 points per game, or 24 points per season.
And there's a great chance that that's going up as my camera died, which maybe is a sign that we should wrap up the show. I hope we were generational about this conversation. But
I know that your camera died, but I have to ask you a question. Tiff told me that I have to ask this question today. But if you had to pick one retired Avs player to appear on Dancing with the Stars, who would it be and why?
Ooh.
I know my answer.
To me, this is there's one answer here.
What's the answer?
It's Patrick Waugh.
Why?
It has to be Patrick Waugh. The world's most competitive, psychotic monster of a human being. I want to see him. He would become such an incredible dancer just because he can't handle not winning at something. I want to see Patrick Waugh go full psychotic beast on Dancing with the Stars. Stop poorly coaching the Islanders. Leave that be. Somebody else can do that job just as easily, buddy. Go take over Dancing with the Stars. I want to see him be an absolute monster.
What's hilarious too is I walked in on a conversation between Parker Kelly and Cale Makar about Dancing with the Stars today too, and I can only imagine how that conversation goes if Patrick was in this thing.
Parker Kelly's kind of a low-key messy bitch with us, isn't he? He loves that.
I'm not gonna sit and down on his choices too, because he had some interesting takes for lately too. But I'm just sitting here trying to imagine a Patrick Waugh and then that conversation happening in the locker room.
But those guys being like, you see Patty on Dancing with the Stars? He tried to fight 3 people.
Say it.
I want to see Big E.
Fight broke out in the middle of a routine. We're good.
100% Big E would be my choice, I think.
I'm going to text him this.
Good. Let him know. We are over time. We do got to wrap up the show today. We hope everyone enjoyed an off-day show. Are we Homer biased people because we think Cale Makar is generational, or are we reasonable takers? Let us know in the comments. Go get that Black Friday sale. Again, diehards get early access to it. You can go buy your shirts. Are up to 90% off right now. This has been the DNVR Avalanche Podcast presented by Bet365, and we will see you for game day tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.